everyone, and welcome to another Tale Trader Steam here on the Claire the DM channel. If you haven't guessed by now, I am not Claire. My name is Joyce. I'm a friend of the pod, friend of the stream, and a friend of Claire's, just swinging through to do a kind of guest DM slot. So we made it. We're here. It's good to see all of you wherever you're, watching or listening from, be it on top of the moon or at the bottom of the ocean. It's good to have you here. We'll kind of hop into doing introductions in just a moment. But as always, I'm going to start things off with some norms and expectations, because I think it's a fun way to start the stream. And, I'm a big fan of them. So the first norm is just no hate speech. That goes for the chat as well. I've never had an issue with it in a game because, people are usually good, I think, at least the ones I like to play games with. So that's usually not an issue. The second norm and expectation I like to set is that no one is an expert. I'm sure there is someone who could list every single D&D 5e rule out there. That person is very much not me. I'm very anti-rules. I kind of like the story building element of D&D. So for me, the game is much more about getting in character, getting into it, the role-playing aspect. So none of us are experts, especially not me. I just like to play games with my friends. And the third expectation is that no one knows how this story is going to end, including me. We're all figuring out together at the table. So with that, I'm going to have a nice little shot of Malort. I'm going to pass it off to the players. In a second, we're going to give kind of a rundown, last week on Tale Trader. But first, I'm going to have everyone introduce their characters, starting out with the, least player character, me, Joyce the DM. Hey, everybody, I'm Joyce. A fun thing about me is that I used to work at a scout camp. I'm actually wearing the uniform right now. I'd show you the troop patch, but I don't want to dox myself on Twitch. Just know that I worked at a scout camp for a very long time. One of the questions actually that got asked about scout camp, just to kind of keep things in line with questions we used to ask children, last week was, what animal would you wrap in tinfoil? This week will be, if you could shoot any food out of your nose, what would it be and why? My answer, as always, is mini chimichangas. Because I love chimichangas, and I feel like I would get pretty good at shooting them out of my nose into the air and then into my mouth like little hot pockets.
Would you want to eat them then?
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean,
just checking.
I'm assuming they're like, this is a food coming out of your body. It is not like a body waste product. Okay. So it's like, health food standards.
Great.
It's edible. So on that note, let's pass it off to the player characters. The first we have up is Azar.
Hey, what's up? I'm Azar Aldark. I am a tiefling campfire guitarist, really into Sufjan right now, and also the song Fast Car, specifically that song. I guess if I were going to shoot a food out of my nose, it would probably be something like a beverage, like maybe some coffee, because perhaps at the morning lunch table, I laughed so hard that it shot out like a rocket.
I love it. Up next, we got Lyndon Kennedy.
What's good? My name is Katie, but I'm Lyndon Kennedy here. I am a half-elf fighter, druid, social media expert, who's trapped in the past, and I'm not doing too well. If I could shoot any food out of my nose, I think it would be clementines, but pre-sliced and peeled already, just so the little wedges could come out.
That soccer practice vibe.
You need your vitamin C. No scurvy here. That's the #1 rule. No scurvy. Yeah, you got to keep those good vitamins going, and it's a little hydrating, and never get old.
I love it. Up next in player characters, we have Buddy.
Yes. Hello. I'm Buddy of God Dog. If I'm shooting a food out of my nose, it is definitely granola. Surprise! We made it again! What else would it be?
How does this end up the answer every week?
Well, if the good opportunity does come around that something should come out of Buddy's nose, I do think the probability of it would definitely be high for it to be granola. So, stats.
I love it. And last but certainly not least, we have Aoife.
Yep, so I am Zan playing Aoife, a fighter Goliath. If I could shoot a food out of my nose, I'm thinking probably seitan, because it's a good, like, protein on the go if I'm in the middle of a battle or something and need to, like, you know, just, like, shoot some protein into me to keep fighting. But mostly defending. I prefer defending to attacking. All right.
I love it. Thank you. Awesome. So also, chat, if you're interested in playing this game, please throw into the chat box right now the food that you would most like to shoot out of your nose. Once again, it can be food safe. You can eat it. That's cool. But, you know, maybe you have more nefarious purposes. Maybe you want to shoot, you know, canola oil out so you can, like, grease your body up so you can slide down sewer drains. I don't know what your deal is. But let's keep chugging along. So last week on Tail Trader, our players woke up in the woods at Camp Tail Trader for Wayward Adventurers, and upon kind of walking through the woods and discovering various cast of characters like Rurik the dwarf and Pater the satyr, they came to the realization by talking to Pater, I believe it was, that it is currently 1930. They took a tour from the camp with the program director, Mila Tealeaf, meeting Gams Madrigal, the kind of archery director and, you know, various sports, meeting Shoot Gumleaf, the nature director, and introducing themselves to Fanala, the program director of the camp. I don't think I mentioned it, by the way, but Mila Tealeaf is the assistant program director. She's also a halfling. So, upon meeting Fanala, who does exist in the theoretical future, they kind of leveled with Fanala, told her they were from the future. Fanala was, I won't say unfazed by it. She definitely, I think she took it in stride. I think she took it as well as she could, seeing, you know, 4 young adventurers come out of the woods dressed as fools, asking very specific questions about the stock market. And she took that in stride. At the end of the session, I believe the players went off to help Rurik prepare for the opening campfire. And I believe that is where we left off. But before we kind of hop back into today's role-playing adventure, I want to do one more kind of bop around the player characters to see where everyone's at, how they're feeling, what they're thinking. What is the player character and also, you know, the player's expectations for this day? I'll actually just open this up because I don't think we all need to share, and I don't know necessarily if we need to go in an order. Does anyone kind of want to share their impressions so far?
I think of the bunch, somehow Azar is the least concerned. Maybe Buddy is less concerned than Azar. But yeah, Buddy's really, I guess, convinced this is a religious experience. But I think Azar's kind of like a take it in stride. You know, if I'm meant to go back to 2020, I'm going to go back, right? If I'm meant to stick around here, I'll stick around here. Play my tunes, jam out.
Play songs nobody recognizes.
Play songs nobody knows. It'll be like Yesterday by like that movie about the Beatles. I'll just be like, I'll be the absolute forefront of music thought.
Don't get me started on Yesterday, the movie. Lyndon's not very chill. Not that she's ever very chill. She likes to project chillness. And that is in fact what she's attempting to do here, but I'm a little concerned because just the other day I thought to myself, what if I take a little break from my socials, and then I got attacked nearly to death by a book that is very special to me. And so I said, just kidding, that won't happen. But now I'm trapped in a place where there's no phone service because it's 1930.
This is Lyndon's worst nightmare, essentially.
I know. I had so much unfinished business that I had to take care of. And I'm upset because also, if I'm here, is my body still there? Is time passing at the same rate? I'm not meant to be in the Matrix. I'm meant to proselytize about the Matrix, the movie.
Which hasn't been made yet.
Of our Lord, 2021, or wherever the hell we are. That's where I am.
Oh, the stress.
Wait, so is your question, like, is there just you floating around in 2020, or are you currently aging and losing years off your life in the future?
No, it's just like, where am I? Did I like disappear off the face of the earth, or is this all happening in like the span of like a 5-minute
Oh, that's such a good question.
where you're actually like your dreams feel long?
Like, are the counselors? Did we ever exist?
We're stuck in 1930 forever.
Oh.
Time to adapt, everybody. Time to adapt.
Slowly losing my shit.
We're never leaving.
Does anyone else want to share any kind of impressions, expectations their character might be going through in this current setting?
I'm still majorly worried about the butterfly effect, but I also think we need to get out of here, and so I'm like, I guess I'll do stuff, but I think we should be very, very careful about, like, violence in particular, because, like, ending a life might have major consequences.
I think the other thing, Azar, that I'm hoping for is that some sort of clarity will come as to how we got here and why we got here specifically, and if we're meant to get back, how does that happen? She's a railroader. You what?
I really do hope there's clarity at some point.
You know,
who knows, honestly.
Who knows?
I think Buddy's okay if there's not. Just looking for signs.
We're all going to come out of this clerics of God dog, I think.
That's right.
I'm going to come out of this
be the best.
Potentially dead.
Oh, that's also true.
That my book might kill me.
Yeah, I guess I usually start sessions by saying this, and I haven't really said it in this one yet. I am very much of the school of actions have consequences. And so I'm not going to be trying to murder anyone. I never try to murder a character. But I'm not going to, like, the dice fall where they fall. They, you know, the rolls are what they are, and I'm not going to sugarcoat or cushion that. Any last impressions we'd like to share? Sick. Let's hop back into it. So the group went to help Rurik build the opening campfire, and it probably took a couple hours. So we're now kind of getting into late afternoon, probably through evening, as the characters are kind of building this massive fire. It's actually larger than any of the kind of normal fire pits that you would have been seeing around Tail Trader. This fire is like about 10 feet wide, just in terms of logs, and about 6 to 8 feet tall, in kind of a giant triangle shape. And so Rurik is shirtless, kind of drenched in sweat, smelling a lot like mead, is kind of putting the last tier on top of the fire. And he's just, well, it was a long day's hard work, but it'll be a good fire tonight. I appreciate your help greatly.
You're so welcome. It was really nice to, like, chat with you, talk about, like, your background and kind of how you got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you're
whole family's murdered in front of you. People think you have a lot of problems to work out, but
I will say that is actually one of my nightmares.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So I'm really sorry that happened to you.
Stay away from bandits, young lady.
One time I got killed by bandits. Well, I got knocked unconscious by bandits. It was
Sounds
dramatic.
Like
If anyone tries to burglarize me, they're gonna get what's coming to them.
I like you.
I put my hood up.
Pull it like Damien from Mean Girls.
Right, just like the anger in the moment. I love it. So Lyndon throws up her hood, and as she throws up her hood, the rest of kind of the counselors of Tail Trader start approaching the fire. Fanala and Mila kind of leading the group, holding two very large old-style lanterns. And Fanala kind of turns to the group and is like, "So, how did the fire building go with Rurik?"
He's got a lot of sad stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives a tortured past. But the kids love him. I mean, honestly, he plays. He's great with games. You know, he's a good guy.
Is this games like Danger Arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
He also he plays a lot of Pony. If you guys have ever, do they have that in the future?
Is that the
I don't think it
They
is.
all look at you like all the clowns look at you very confused.
No.
It might be like a no, it's like a song kind of. It's not really a game because no one
Is it
can
like
win
basketball pony?
No, it's
Like horse,
so
but
we
the
get all the kids to,
horse.
well, we get the kids to stand in a circle, and then one of the kids runs around the circle, pausing in front of someone, and then they sing the song and dance with the person. And it's like while they're running the circle, you're like, I don't know, like here comes Aoife on her pony, riding on her big white pony. Here comes Aoife on her pony. This is what she told me. And then she stops, one goes front to front to front. My baby spins around, back to back to back. My baby,
Maybe
side to side.
my baby. Yeah. Okay.
This
I've been there.
You could like stop in front and sing that song.
It's a terrible game. I hate it. Honestly, more than anything, I have thought about closing the camp down while playing the game of Pony. It's the kids love it. They just go bananas for it. But yeah, well, it seems like y'all did a good job. The campers should be actually arriving on the other side of the lake. There's a farm over there where we kind of corral them before bringing them over here. Are y'all good to
cows?
kind of...
Do you want us to get them?
Oh, no, it's kind of a tradition here that the program directors will kind of go across with the lanterns and guide them over the south end of the lake. But you're welcome to stay here and kind of greet the scouts as they arrive.
I love it.
I mean, like, why guide them?
Around the south end of the lake, you mean?
Yeah. Isn't that
it's a
part of the
tradition.
adventure?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to get dark as it happens, and I don't know. I think there is sort of an adventure element with the scouts kind of carrying all of their gear with them.
Buddy, just because we got dropped off in the parking lot doesn't mean that they didn't do cooler stuff before.
I suppose.
I mean, now.
I think it's
This
called
makes
character
sense.
building, is my understanding.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yes. No, this is okay. I want to double check that fire. I'm afraid something's in the middle of it.
That is a worry. All right. Well, me and Milo are going to take off, but we'll see you soon. So, Fanala and Milo Tea Leaf kind of start their journey down the south end of the lake, and you are left with Gams Madrigal, Pater, Shoot, and Rurik. You're welcome to talk to any of them if you would like. They're all kind of just milling about, kind of kicking at stones and whatnot, falling to the side.
So did anything weird happen last night for any of you guys?
What do you mean? Peter kind of perks up and looks at you.
Well, so you got like your average night, and then you have like sometimes something weird happens. So like, did you have any weird dreams, or did, I don't know, anything major change
Well, that's an interesting question. I did have a dream of sorts with blue eyes all over the sky.
Right, yeah. Did any of you other guys any of that?
They all kind of nod. Gams is like, so you guys had it too then?
Yeah, we've been wondering about that.
Yeah, for a moment, we considered telling the scouts not to come. In my experience, especially during the war, usually it's not a good idea when everyone on the team has some sort of horrific vision to keep going as all things are planned. Usually, you kind of want to reevaluate at that time.
Buddy's just laughing.
Lyndon's just staring at Buddy.
Just like Buddy.
Rurik is like, oh, and starts just laughing with Buddy, and like kind of slapping his knee.
Azar's still in the corner dancing to Invisible Pony in her brain.
Oh, such a weirdly wholesome moment.
Is it wholesome?
Everyone?
Well,
I start to dig a hole.
Oh.
It just occurred to me that perhaps I'm in a wormhole and I can dig my way to the other end of the hole and get back.
I like it.
So, while this is happening, I am
do you say
in
that
the
to
group.
us?
No,
or...
I am in the circle. I just get down.
Are you like in the fire pits area?
I am in the conversation circle. Perhaps I am like 3 steps back from the rest of the party. Just on the ground.
Just digging that hole.
Wait, what are you digging with?
Like
My
with your hands? I like that. That seems on point for Linda.
I'm casting Primal Savagery again and again and again. It's a cantrip. And every time my sharp nails go away, I recast it so I can get better traction.
Oh my god.
That sounds deeply painful.
For the ground.
Wow, I like your attitude. So as you're kind of like sitting in this circle, Gams kind of looks over at y'all and is like, so was, I don't know if I should ask this, was the Great War, is that that's the last one, right? It was the war to end all wars, there's no more wars?
I don't think you want to ask that.
Yep,
no,
it was. You guys did a great job.
I mean, Buddy doesn't know.
That's good to know.
Lyndon also doesn't know.
Very afraid.
No, you guys did a great job. Don't worry about it.
How is the future?
It's okay.
It's so great.
Lyndon's really about to cry right now.
Peter like sees Lyndon kind of crying. He's like, "It's all right. She'll get back to your time."
Yeah, I just gotta dig a little faster.
What are you doing, Lyndon? What's going on? Do you need some help? I'll start like digging too.
Yes, good
but
idea.
But I'm a lot
Thank
slower
you.
because I don't have primal savagery.
That's like a good friend, just digging that hole with you.
I don't think dogs' omens are underground, Lyndon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Aren't dogs always digging?
Could be a bone down there, buddy.
The thought.
Could be a bone, could be buried treasure, could be the other side of this portal I must have fallen through.
Buddy will join Lyndon in digging. This
While
logic
the players continue to dig a hole out of the wormhole, and Azar dances to music that is not playing. The sun begins to stash on Tail Trader Camp in the east, slowly descending, which is actually kind of hilarious because it's descending behind the tree line. So you're not even getting that kind of fun lake effect, of sunlight. It is just starting to get kind of dimmer as you stand around in this circle. As you're doing that, you can kind of see Shoot sketching in a notepad, kind of furiously, and muttering to himself about, the flight paths of loons and whatnot, as the sun begins to set. Does Does anyone have any actions they'd like to do before we kind of keep rolling forward?
No, I think that Buddy would definitely just tell Lyndon that it would be a great plan to try to get some campers to help us start digging in other places too.
I like that a
There
lot.
are more bones than just this hole.
So, the sun has almost all but set, and now you can actually see the light of the lanterns kind of on the south end of the lake. They're kind of two glowing bright lights kind of making their way around the lake. There's one in front and one in back, and as you're kind of watching them, you're noticing this kind of accordion effect of the lights kind of getting closer and farther apart and closer and farther apart. If anyone has walked with a large group of people over kind of a far distance, you'll kind of notice this effect where the faster campers start to make their way to the front, passing the slower campers. So the line will condense as the slower campers make their way back, and then it will kind of stretch out again as they continue on their journey. So as you're watching, the lights are kind of ebbing and flowing away from each other. As the front lantern is getting very close to your end of the lake, very close, you kind of notice that the second lantern further back starts to kind of dip and dive beneath the trees and kind of flicker a little bit.
How dark is it?
Yeah.
It's like twilight is dark. Never mind, hang on. It's like dusk. Dusk is what we're going for here.
So like the sky still has some light to it, but it's not like the sun isn't visible.
Yeah, like if you're in the tree line, it's pretty dark, but from where you are standing in kind of a clearing, it's, you know, the sky is still noticeably blue. You can see the moon pretty kind of right now. There's no sun, but you know.
What's the phase of the moon?
The phase of the moon? That is a really good question that I didn't think of before this moment. So we're going to go with waning.
Okay, great.
It's not a full moon. No need to worry about that. I could not tell you the phase of the moon because I did not pay attention in school. I went to art school. But,
hey!
So as we're kind of watching the lanterns ebb and flow, the last one in the back goes out suddenly. And there's no more light coming from the kind of back of the line.
Do we notice that? Like,
yeah, no, you definitely notice. Everyone's kind of moving about. Rurik definitely sees it and is like, "Ho! The scouts will have a fun time getting back in the dark."
Wait, should we go assist?
I think I'm running over there to help.
Yeah, I think I'm going to. Like, what's happening?
I'm gonna try to just put some like the spare branches over my hole so that no one falls in it or questions why it's there.
I have to ask, how big did the hole get in that time of digging?
That's a good question.
Larger or smaller than the holes in holes?
Oh God. Well, like the completed holes, smaller.
Yeah, so like
smaller
the
than
6x6.
smaller.
Okay.
I'm using my hands here.
Yeah. Wait. All right. Did we find anything while we were digging a hole?
Oh yeah, or did I just find dirt?
That was a loud die roll. No, I mean, I'll give you like an arrowhead. You found like an arrowhead in there.
Can I cast light on an arrowhead?
Uh-oh,
Yes?
hydrate.
Drink. Okay. I would like to do that. With my wonderful light cantrip, I would like to cast light on an arrowhead. And then I will say I'm a little behind this group that's going to go help people because obviously I'm more concerned with the hole. So what I'm going to do is I definitely want to cast light on this arrowhead and then I just want to chuck it. I just want to chuck it ahead of everybody in goodwill to help light their way.
I love it.
I really thought you were going to say you were going to shoot it at the campers.
I
got
that
very
was
worried.
my first thought, but I didn't think I was within range.
I thought you were gonna put it in the hole to make it a decoration.
Yeah.
No.
So actually, I'm gonna steal that idea, and I'm gonna use Druidcraft to make a tiny little fire at the bottom of the hole.
Nice. Buddy, can I get an athletics roll to see how far you're throwing this arrowhead?
Oh, you sure can. My unathletic ability of nat 1.
Oh, come on.
Nat 1. I love it. You throw the lit up arrowhead into the wood, and all of a sudden you hear an ow. And wouldn't you know it, but you threw the arrow so far that it actually struck Finala in her chest as she was kind of exiting into the fire pit. He's like, why did you throw that?
It's a sign.
Ow.
It was with good
The
intentions.
lantern went out back there. I think Milo might need some help.
Yeah, we'll go. How far back are they?
They're about a quarter mile back. They kind of really stretched out along that south end of the lake.
Okay, I'm gonna kick my shoes together and run. Double speed. I'm running. Hoo!
The rest of the party, how are you kind of approaching this scenario?
I'm following Azar. I'm very much like, go save somebody. That's like my main motivation.
I am a little concerned about the hole, so I kind of want to stick by it, just to be like, hey, there's a hole here. Don't fall.
Gotcha.
But if everyone else goes, I'll go too. But I'll probably be the last.
You can definitely in kind of the search. You can definitely, if you would like, warn one of the NPCs. You got Pater, Shoot, Gams.
You're right. I could do that. Who did I vibe the best with? I feel like me and Pater vibed. I'm gonna tell Pater, hey, I was planning on standing here and reminding everyone that this hole is here, so they don't fall. But can you do that instead?
Oh, look after your hole, Lassie. Don't you worry.
Oh my god, thank you.
He kind of plumps down into the hole a little bit and is like, I'll keep it safe.
Thank you so much. And I salute him as I start jogging over.
Did we just make a little bunker?
Salute you back. Buddy, are you also kind of in tow?
Well, I guess, because I wasn't, and then Lyndon left. And so now I'm just like, alright, well, I'm going to follow Lyndon. So that's... Now that the bunker's being watched.
Our ragtag team of adventurers begins their descent. Let's go with descent. Into the woods. Azar kind of booking it up ahead. And you're passing a ton of different campers as they're walking through. They're they got their backpacks all packed up. They're kind of waddling along. You see a couple kids with sweatpants pulled up over their waist. You got a couple kids that, have glasses that look like binoculars. It's a nice assortment of children ready for a adventure for the summer.
I have a question. And I don't know if this will be a canon question or a Claire question or so now at Tail Trader there are no human campers. Mm-hmm. Do I see humans in this crowd, or are they all are there no human campers? That's a good question.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say there's a couple of humans. There's a couple of humans in this mech.
Cool.
Shoot, Gumleaf is a human, who was the nature director. So he is a human there. So I think it's normal at this time period specifically to have a couple humans.
I mark that.
But Claire can veto this in the future. I don't think the kind of demographics of the campers should be, too much of a canon issue for me. But anyway, so you're kind of passing these groups of campers, and as you make your way towards the south end of the lake, you notice that the trail of campers is actually getting sparser and sparser. There's actually, you come to a point where there are no new campers coming along and you still don't see anyone.
And we never saw the light come back on.
You did not see the light come back on.
So
has anyone fallen?
Silence from up ahead.
We haven't seen Mila though, right?
No Mila.
Okay. Can I try to track her or something?
Yeah, I mean you can try.
Is that like a survival check?
Sure. So you're like, so how
Investigation.
are you tracking? Like, are you searching for her footprints on the ground? Are you like, I mean, like, what is your method here?
Yeah, I think I'd be looking for footprints that stop, like for a set of footprints that like doesn't follow the pack.
Cool.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm like particularly good at smelling or any. Like I wouldn't be able to like smell her scent, but
Right. Yeah, I'd give that a survival. Roll a survival check on that.
All right. Eight.
An 8. You don't notice.
I'm on my hands and knees. I clicked my shoes again so they stop going fast. I'm on my hands and knees on the ground when the others run up to me.
Great. So the others kind of couch up behind you. You know that you're actually getting pretty close. You're maybe about like 50 feet to 50 to 100 feet away from where you saw the lantern go out as you're kind of making your way.
If I climb a tree, can I have a perspective to see if there's any like rustling bushes or anything?
I mean, you could definitely go for it.
All right, I'd walk up a tree with my spider shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy, another day in my life. And I want to look from up there. So would that also be a survival check, or?
Well, I have a couple questions first. The first question is, do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
That's good. Then I would give it a perception roll. I think you could do either perception or investigation if you would like, because it's less so that you were trying to track someone and more so that you are looking to see if you observe any differences.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I don't know. That's my reasoning.
I love it. I think it's good reasoning.
Perception. Ooh, a nat 20!
Wild!
I cannot make that up.
That is amazing. All right, so with your eagle eyes, you're
Can we
actually
get some nat 20
able,
hypes in the chat?
nat 20. Let's
Yeah,
you know what? You got to celebrate the little things in D&D.
Let's celebrate the nat ones.
We have a nat 1 emoji as well, everybody.
We do.
So, eagle eyes. My bad.
All right. So, from up in the tree, you kind of look and you do notice that up ahead, sort of where there sort of is, it's not necessarily a clearing, but it's a change in the tree structure, right? So up until this point, you've been running through like, red oaks, white oaks, some elm trees, the occasional paper birch, but now you're kind of making your way and you are getting to a part that's a little bit more boggy, right? So it's a lot more fir trees, it's a lot more pine trees, it's a lot kind of more spread apart. So you can, looking ahead, notice the difference in those trees. And you do notice that there seem to be some debris scattered in the trees, and there's kind of some things knocked over up ahead.
Okay. I think I will stage whisper down to specifically Azar, because I know she can message everyone. And I just want to be like, over there, like, 20 something feet.
20 feet ahead. Or I'll give it like a 20 yards, because I don't think the players on the ground right now can make out what is ahead of them. And I think they would be able to 20 feet. But yeah, you are, because of your nat 20, you are able to confidently relay like the location that you believe something's going down.
All right. Yeah. So I tell Azar that.
Great. I'll message it to everybody else.
Yeah. If anyone else was within hearing range, sure. But specifically, just wanted everyone else to know without screaming it.
Should we activate our spores?
What are the spores?
Rapport spores.
So it's basically, I think it's Rary's telepathic bond we can cast once per day on us.
To essentially just communicate better?
To communicate without talking, yeah.
Blast. No, that's great.
Just freely as like a channel.
I feel like we should use them.
I
feel like let's do it. Okay. I activate the spores.
Team rapport spores.
All right, the team activates their spores. Lyndon, are you staying up in the tree?
I think no. I would start to kind of sneak in the direction of where we're coming from, or where the
like, are you like
ruckus.
hopping tree to tree, or you like?
You know what? Yes, I am. I am swinging between branches and trying not to descend too far, because I think A, I would look really cool doing this, and B, I could get the element of surprise if there's any.
I'm gonna say your choice. Give me either an athletics or an acrobatics.
All right, it's gonna be an athletics from me,
Noise.
and that is a 26 is what that is.
You are like made for the trees, just like hopping right back and forth like a spider monkey, just really nailing that vibe. So as you're kind of bopping back between the trees, everyone begins to kind of make their way down to the south end of the lake. As you approach the area, you notice a large boulder kind of in the middle of the clearing. And there's something a bit off about it. It's actually a little bit shiny.
Oh.
I'm going to like run over and just gently poke it with my pinky so that if it like
Can we shoot it with something?
Wait, what?
Eva pokes it with her pinky, pulling it back and noticing that it's shiny because it is slick with blood.
Oh shoot.
Lyndon, as you're making your way through the trees, you land on a tree kind of near that boulder. And as you kind of jump into the tree, your hand lands on something very familiar, a human face. Up in the tree is the top half of a mangled camper.
Hold on.
No!
Hold on.
Oh my
Wait a
God.
second. Is there something weird, special,
Weird?
odd
There's a dead camper, buddy.
about these trees?
To be
About
clear, is the
these
camper
trees.
dead?
I mean, would you like a little investigation?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I guess.
Ah.
I will help as a pro investigator, as the leader of the research
It's only a
team.
12.
I got a 14.
They seem like normal trees. They seem like pine trees.
Okay, all right, because I imagine that Buddy would definitely still watch Lyndon go from trees to trees and stuff.
Wait, can we see the camper or just Lyndon?
Just Lyndon right
Okay.
now, unless Lyndon
Okay,
you
all right.
communicated
That's
it with
okay.
words.
I would immediately, I think, spore that intel to everyone.
Great. Can I try and
then
climb a
would-
tree as well? I don't have the shoes, so I can't do it very elegantly.
Yeah, I mean, go athletics. Try to climb this tree if you would like.
Can it be acrobatics? Can I
Yeah,
swing myself up?
I mean, it really just is the style you're doing it in. Like, athletics is like, really just.
I'm
kinda
definitely
climbing.
doing like trying to do flips and stuff as I go up
Yeah,
there.
acrobatics 100%.
Oh my god, 26.
Wow,
Yeah,
same,
you, like,
same as
cartwheel
me. Look
up
at
the
us.
tree.
We are
Vertically
tree
cartwheel up that
hoppers.
tree. So you're making your way up the tree, and you also kind of notice some items thrown about. It seems up inside the tree. There seems to be the belongings of what would be a camper.
Can I like dislodge them and throw them down to Aoife and Buddy?
Yeah, totally.
As I'm going,
so-
I'm like throwing stuff on the ground.
So Eva and Buddy, you're starting to notice things kind of fall out of the trees onto the ground. Eva, Buddy, are there any actions you would like to take?
I mean, what are the things? I want to investigate these things.
Yeah, I mean, if you would like to do kind of a perception or investigation to see if there's
Yes.
anything else around you, if you want to kind of go through the belongings on the ground, totally up to you.
I feel
Yeah.
I've definitely got questions about
Oh.
the forest. So, like,
Only
Eva
11.
might check that stuff out, but I'm probably not going to actually check that stuff out. I'm going to check around and, like, see if I notice anything different about just, like, the actual, I don't even know, like, descriptions of the trees, right? Or just, like, see if there's anything that I would think is odd, especially if it's just, like, a nature cleric, just, like, looking around.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Buddy, as you're kind of making your way around, you're noticing that the trees are actually pretty battered. The bark on the trees has giant claw marks through them. and there does seem to be kind of splotches of blood on various trees. As you're actually making your way around, you do notice that there seems to be the body of another camper a little bit off.
Another one?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't tell Aoife that. I don't tell Aoife that right away, but I try to start pointing Aoife like in steps to eventually get to that.
Aoife, you come across another mangled body of a camper on the ground. It looks as if their head was bashed open.
Are they're
is
dead?
happening?
They're very dead.
Like, perchance a healing word could not,
Like dead. Like Galir dead.
I mean, would you like to like investigate their bodies?
Yes. I would like to investigate, and in case you don't know, Joyce Linden cast a healing word on a knife a few sessions ago because she thought that it would get the blood off of it.
Nice. So Lyndon, are you coming down to investigate the body that Aoife is looking at currently? Or are you investigating the half of a body up in the tree with you?
Yes, yeah.
Sick. So investigating this body, you actually realize that it also has a bashed in head, and that it is missing.
It's what is missing?
Its brain.
Oh, I don't like this. Oh no, I don't like this.
Fell out of my chair. That is terrifying.
Ooh, this took a turn for the morbid.
I relay that information
because I had like spooky woods music. For everyone in the chat right now, my laptop died this week, so I'm on my phone right now. But I had like a whole kind of spooky woods with like creeks and like owls hooting. It was gonna be great.
That's good, because I'm thinking like meditation music, and I'm like, what a peaceful afternoon.
It's rough. We were gonna have a whole mood setting kind of spooky woods trope going on, but we don't have that. Instead,
the shock is good because this is what our characters are experiencing right now. Is like,
yeah. I mean, Lyndon was just digging a hole through the other side of the planet. This is shocking.
Okay,
Yeah, so I do tell everyone that. I say there is no brain in this head. The brain was stolen.
Wait, how did they get it out?
Or eaten?
I'm really loving
that.
Apparently the rock, right? That was via rapport spore for sure.
Yes, it was.
Loving this sound effects.
Okay, so let me take a look at the belongings. What am I seeing in the belongings?
So it seems to be typical camper belongings. You know, you've got clothes, some like a notebook to write letters with, a knapsack and sleeping bag.
Don't look.
Are the bodies still warm?
No, not really. They've been dead for. I mean, they're probably slightly warm, but the woods get kind of cold at night due to the sun going down, so the bodies are kind of losing their ambient temperature quickly.
Wow. Okay. Does the other camper have belongings as well?
Yeah.
The second one we found?
Trees.
Can I do a perception check for Mila?
Yeah, go for it.
Because we still haven't found her, and I would like to maybe find her alive. Oh my god. 24. I can do math.
24?
Yeah.
My internet froze for a second too, so I was like just sitting here waiting. That's funny. Great. So you do a quick check of this is just perception, right?
Yeah.
No Milo to be seen. You do, however, notice in the woods nearby is the tipped over and burnt out lantern.
Oh no.
Oh, good signs.
Okay.
Is the lantern still warm?
Yes. I mean, it's.
I'm definitely communicating everything I see with my rapport spores.
It's actually probably cold. The lantern. I take that back. The lantern's probably cold.
If the bodies are cold,
the lantern's definitely cold because it's made of metal, but yeah, it's definitely cold.
I don't understand specific heat capacity. Like, you can tell me anything and I'll believe you. I think we need to get back immediately. Like,
okay. I trust
like,
you.
Gather these supplies. I mean, if anyone wants to stay, like, they can, but don't be alone. But, like, one of us needs to take this back, and they can't go alone either, so.
As you are kind of standing about in the woods, you begin to actually kind of hear what sounds like a mangled barking noise coming from the distance. It quickly stops and begins to start up, popping around you.
This is a foe.
I'm staying here. I'm staying here. I will take this monster down.
Here's a thought. Not that this is a good idea, but if I pick up Buddy, we can run really fast back to camp. I don't know how far. We're like a quarter mile from camp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can stay with Lyndon and stay here until you can notify people and get back to us.
I do also have Dimension Door, so I can Dimension Door us back here if we need. We have the spores, so you can just call for us if you need help.
All right.
But we'll try and go get people.
Yeah.
Eva, let's look scary.
You can't
let's build ourselves up to look.
All right. So Azar is throwing Buddy on her back.
Buddy, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, awesome. Clicking the boots, taking off, running. Aoife and Lyndon, are you attempting to do anything?
I'm trying to look scary so that in case something sees me, I scare it more than it could ever think of scaring me.
And I'm trying to breathe very quietly and just like listen very intently to my surroundings.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I am being very quiet, I will say.
So you're hearing kind of this weird kind of garbled barking noise. It sounds similar to like what a hyena would sound like, but it seems to kind of come out of one area and then pop into another as it's kind of jumping back and forth through the woods. Lyndon, if you want to roll an intimidation, you totally can preemptively for this.
I will do that. Okay. 21. I am rolling.
You're real. Like these dice are on fire.
I haven't rolled below a 17.
You are very ready for what is coming. So, as Aoife, you are calmly listening and staring out into the woods, you see what appears to be a pale dog covered in scales with blue eyes kind of back in like a set of 6, if that makes sense, along its head, with ears peeled back and a long snake-like tail. It sees you from a distance and begins charging at you, making this horrible barking sound. And right before it gets to you, it disappears.
What?
And on that note, we're taking a break.
Oh my god! Joyce!
We're gonna take a quick bathroom break.
Frick.
A little bio break here for us to get situated. I recommend you in the chat do the same. Take care of your needs.
Frick.
We will be back shortly to see what is going on.
Of course, we split the party.
Welcome back to Tail Trader Camp for Wayward Adventurers on the Claire the DM channel. As always, I'm not Claire. My name is Joyce. I'm a friend of Claire's and of the stream, and I'm taking over for the moment. At the moment, just to catch you up, if you were gone for the break, our campers have split up. We have Azar and Buddy making their way back to the main group to warn them of the fate that has befallen the campers they came across at the south end of the lake. Speaking of those campers, they're super dead. They found them kind of bashed apart, mangled, one in a tree, one on the ground, both missing their brains. Lyndon, Kennedy, and Aoife were both kind of, bulking up, trying to make themselves look intimidating in preparation for whatever was coming next. And right before we went to the break, a pale, scaly, dog-like creature ran out of the woods towards Aoife, and right before it reached her, it disappeared. And welcome back. I got an old style. Malort was the drink for the first half of this, but we're slowing it down. Cheers.
I felt as though I needed to drink for this, so
right. Influence.
I encourage you wherever you are to drink an age-appropriate beverage responsibly. And with that, let's hop back into it. So Azar and Buddy, you are making your way back. Is there anything you would like to do, or are we just going to kind of let this play out with you guys sprinting full speed? I'm going to say, because normally it would take, I don't know,
So
a quarter of a mile, you can run that like a human could run a quarter of a mile in about 2 minutes if they're going quick. If they're not like an endurance runner, like if you're not getting a sub 6 mile. So I'd give you about 2 minutes, but you've got those enchanted feet.
So I have double speed and can dash. So what I'm thinking is that's 120 feet per round. Mm-hmm. So then a mile is, so that would be 5 rounds basically to get back to camp, right?
Yeah.
Ish.
And I think that's fine too, because I think you took off before this combat started too. So I'm going to make it an even, let's give it 3 rounds. I'll give you 3 rounds to get there. And on that note, we are back with Aoife and Lyndon in the dark, spooky woods, surrounded by the mingled body parts of campers and blood on stones. The trees about you have been ripped apart. Their bark has been strewn on the ground, and you are preparing for a fight. All around you now, you are beginning to hear the kind of mangled, garbled barking of these pale dogs. They seem to be running around you in circles and then disappearing and popping into different locations as they kind of make their way closer and closer to you. It's a lot like the raptors in Jurassic Park, where they're kind of trying to distract you, throw you off your game, get you not looking. I'm going to have both of you roll initiative right now.
Right.
I should
keep my
set down my drink so I can write down these initiative things.
17.
We got 17, and what was that, Lyndon?
That was a 1.
A 1, like a nat 1?
That was a natural 1.
Can I get some oofs in the chat?
A big oof in the chat. A big oof in the chat.
After only rolling 17s and higher for the whole first half of this stream.
It's rough too, because you very much just spent a turn with a great roll, making yourself very intimidating, and you just nat 1 that intimidation, which is going to be great.
My mind was elsewhere. My mind was, every cell of my brain was channeling into my muscles as I flex every limb I own.
Lyndon's off her game,
This is what happens when you throw me into the past. I am a zoomer.
So Aoife, you're up first. You're seeing these kind of pale dogs run around you in circles, kind of bopping in and out of space. That's a great word, space. What would you like to do?
Am I within 5 feet of Lyndon?
Yeah.
Okay, if not, I'm gonna get within 5 feet of Lyndon. I am going to, I guess since I wouldn't know if they're popping in and out of existence or just popping in and out of visibility, I'm just gonna go ahead and take a swing in front of me with my hatchet and see if something, not hatchet, hand axe, see if something connects.
So you're just swinging at the air in front of you?
Yeah, I mean, because they're like popping up in front of me and then disappearing, right?
Oh no, they're about like 10, 15 feet running circles, like a big circle around you. So they're not like they're popping to be clear too, they are, when one disappears, it looks as if they are snapping into existence somewhere else.
Oh, okay. I think I'll hold my attack then. And if one of them actually attacks me or Lyndon, I will use my attack then.
Solid. Just preparing so you can get that attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
I love it. Because at that moment, one of the hounds kind of veers off and teleports next to you, lunging at you with its bite. What's your armor?
My armor class is 18.
Ooh, and it is a hit. The dog jumps up and bites you on your arm.
Wow.
I know, it's rough. Doing a whopping 3 damage.
All right.
Don't get complacent, Jesus.
Don't get complacent.
Can I use I can use my attack now?
Yeah,
against
go for
this
it.
thing? Okay, fantastic. So, that's going to be where is my Oh, there it is. Sorry. Okay. So that's a 19 plus 7 to hit, so 26 to hit.
Ooh, nice. That connects. You swing your hatchet down. It's a hatchet, right?
Sorry, it's a hand axe. I misspoke the first time.
Hand axe. You swing your hand axe down and make a connection with the hound. How much damage is that?
That's 7 slashing.
Ooh, nice. So you hit the hound in its side. Its tail kind of flicks and it whimpers as it scatters off and teleports out of your vicinity. In that moment, another hound begins charging up at Lyndon. Lyndon, as it gets within range of you, it opens its kind of ghastly mouth and a long silver tongue shoots out, going honestly straight at your face. And it is...
So I'm going to impose disadvantage on that with my reaction.
Oh my god.
Solid.
Thank you.
I'll roll again then.
Nat 1 only.
Nat 1
What's your
only.
armor class, London?
18.
18, fantastic. So the hound kind of lunges at you, its tongue flicking towards your face, but you swat it away like some boy on prom night, and you're like, get out of here, I don't want you.
I've had that exact experience. I've had practice.
The third hound teleports behind Aoife, lashing out with its paw. However, it does not connect. Lyndon, you are up. Your go.
Right. I'm still in my tree.
Oh man, you are. You're wait, are you?
Or did
I guess you're still on that.
No, let's say I came.
I assumed you came down when you were kind of getting ready and getting intimidated. But if you would like to still be
hard.
We can remove that.
No, I think if I were still in the tree, I would probably be trying to hide, and I was explicitly not trying to hide. So yeah, no, I'm at the base of the tree. Okay, cool.
So, and I believe you're within 5 feet of Aoife, we said earlier, for that kind of disadvantage you gave one of the hounds.
Yes. Yeah.
So there is a hound up on your left with its tongue kind of like flapping around in the wind. There's one behind Aoife, and there's another kind of running around you in a big circle.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the one that tried to tongue me.
Yeah, good choice.
Because that's honestly offensive. And reminds me of a certain East camper that I have to slap away frequently. And since I can't currently talk to any of my friends that aren't here with me, I'm going to take out all these misplaced emotions onto this murderous, I'm assuming, beast.
Trying to kill you.
Yeah, they are trying to kill me. So I'm gonna, with my flail, I am going to go for the one who tried to tongue my face.
Solid, make that roll.
That's a 26. Okay, there's my roll.
Definitely.
Where's my damage? Okay, so that's gonna be 11 damage.
Ooh, spicy.
And then my second attack, I'm gonna go for the same one. And that one's a 23 to hit.
Y'all are running the table on these hounds.
I'm rolling well again. And that's gonna be another 10 damage. So that's 21 total.
Dang. So you flail, and what was the second weapon? Was it also a flail?
It was still, yeah, it was the same flail.
Awesome. So you kind of just do like a bap bap with the flail on this hound, leaving it incredibly bloodied. It actually kind of like rolls over and kind of has to regain its footing before darting off back to running around the circle with the other hound, but it is largely bloodied and kind of has a limp to it now. Aoife, you're up.
All right. Also, I realized I completely forgot that I have extra attacks, so I will just get that ready next time. This happens every time. Okay, so I will go for the one behind me. Is it still in existence behind me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So on the first attack, that is a 23 to hit.
Dang, yeah, you make contact.
All right, so let's check the damage. All right, that is 8 slashing damage.
Nice.
Okay, and then I will attack the same one again. So that is a oof, that's only a 12 to hit, so.
All right, so you turn around and with your hand axe make a slash at the hound, and as you strike it, it kind of reels back, and you raise your axe to make your second hit. The hound poofs out of existence and is kind of back in the circle around you. Lyndon, the hound that you really bloodied, actually teleports back up to you again and is once again just really going for that tongue at you. And it's what's your armor class?
18.
It hits.
It hits.
The
okay.
tongue kind of hits the side of your head, dealing 6 psychic damage to you. Additionally,
Oh, that's offensive.
until your next long rest, you get -4 wisdom.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, like -4 to what I already have?
Not -4 total, -4 your like full number. So like if your modifier is like +1, we're not turning it to like a -3. It's like if your wisdom was like 16, we're
It's
changing
a 12.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So functionally, I believe it's -4. It's functionally a -2 on your modifier.
Okay.
Right? Does that track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I just updated that. Okay. I thought it
Functionally
meant...
-2 wisdom. Another the second hound, the one that you attacked, Eva, teleports next to you. This is the first one, not the one that was behind you. The one behind you is still running around in a circle.
Okay.
It lashes out with a tongue. What's your armor class?
I'm an 18.
It hits,
Oh, no.
dealing not so bad, literally 2 psychic damage.
Okay.
And you get -3 wisdom until your next short rest, as the hound kind of licks your face. So the third and final hound runs up between the both of you, pawing actually at each of you. It's going to use 2 attacks for this. So
I'll
stay
do-
with
I'll
me.
do
It's not
my-
doing like a it's like doing one, doing the other.
Well, I'll do my protection reaction for the paw
I love
against
it.
Lyndon. So
So not for you, for Lyndon.
I can't do it for myself. Yeah, so it has to be for Lyndon. Yeah, so
swinging at
disadvantage
you
on
for-
that one.
That's a hit from the hound at you, Aoife.
Oh, at me. Okay.
Dealing 6 physical damage. I guess that's not that bad. I made a face like it was.
I'll be
really
okay.
bad.
I'll be okay.
Just 'cause it was the max the paw could do.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad. So then with disadvantage, swinging at Lyndon. The hound swings at Lyndon and misses. So you're all surrounded by these 3 hounds now. I'd like to take a quick moment before we get to your turn, Lyndon. Azar and Buddy, you're running through the woods right now as fast as you can. Buddy clinging for life.
Yeah, it's
on
really like.
back.
I think
What
I
are
have
you
Buddy's
doing
hands. I'm like grabbing Buddy's wrists and just full running. And so you're kind of like flopping on my back a little bit.
Nice. Lyndon, what are you doing?
I am standing here pondering whether psychic damage is an element, realizing it's not. Matrix dodging the
Just
paw.
like- Right.
I'm fully slow-mo in my head. I'm like, all right, you just gotta approach this like Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. My favorite movie.
If I hear that in my rapport spores, I swear. No, I'm just kidding.
I've decided in my rapport spores, I say, hey everyone, just wanted to update you that The Matrix is now my #1 favorite movie and Inception is #2. So they
I
swapped.
like that you're not phased at all. Like you're just like chit-chatting with the other player, like not players, other campers. You're just like getting actively attacked your wisdom, like you have literally suffered psychic damage that has lowered your wisdom in this moment, and you're like, I should talk about the Matrix.
I think that's a result of my wisdom being lowered, one could say.
No, I love it. This is like perfectly in character.
Yeah.
Like keep this up and you're gonna get some like motivation. It's gonna be great. Or inspiration. Yeah, you'll get an extra die. You're crushing this.
Oh, hell yeah. I already have a -1 to my int, so we're just doubling down.
I love it.
So while I say that, I'm, re-preparing my flail, and I want to keep going at Mr. Tongue.
Great. The initial offender.
Yes, the initial offender. I have my eye on the prize, and that, I am not kidding, was a nat 20. For this bloodied beast.
Today's nat 20s are brought to you by Jepson's Wormwood Liquor. My lord, it tastes like you're gonna fight your dad tonight.
Woo!
So good.
Woo! A Chicago classic.
I'm just gonna let you know, Lyndon, this is a kill. You've got a kill here. Narrate us through Lyndon's execution of this hound.
So I think that while I'm rapport sporing, Lyndon thinks herself a multitasker of the highest caliber. So right as I say, hey guys, just an update. Inception is now my number 2 favorite movie, and The Matrix is number 1. I want to on 1 is when I connect, and so it kind of comes out as more of a grunt than a 1. And I go right for the snout. And that's my bullseye, and I go right for it, and I just bash its face in.
I love it. As you make contact, its face explodes, eyes popping out, tongue flying as its body crumples in a mound on the ground, letting out one final death rattle that sounds like a shaking of bones as its skin settles deep onto its skeleton. You know what? You all are really slamming these hounds, and we're kind of starting our 3rd round. So I'm gonna say Azar and Buddy, y'all have made it to the camp. So y'all are approaching.
Oh, I'm fully yelling. I have no regard for the fact that I'm going to scare the absolute bejeebus out of these first night campers. I am screaming at the top of my lungs, that there are dead campers in the woods and we can't find Mila. We can't find Mila. We can't find Mila. Dead campers in the woods. Dead campers in the woods.
Oh my gosh.
In the middle of that.
In the middle of that, Lyndon's having her revelation about whatever the fuck movie she's watching.
A hush immediately falls over the crowd. Rurik rips open his shirt, exposing his bare in a rune that he has tied around his neck. He holds his hand up in the air, summoning a spiritual weapon of a glowing blue axe in his hand. He's like, "Where are they?" Towards you, Azar.
In the woods, about a quarter mile back. I just ran here. I'm pretty fast. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm gonna go back there. There's, I think, some kind of creepy ghosty things, but bashed in heads, blood everywhere, dead beyond repair.
I love it.
Just totally mutilated, Rurik. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So, are you using your dimension door to just basically back on back there, or what's
yeah,
the
I think I'll just boop right back on back there.
Zippity doo-dah. So Azar kind of vanishes in front of them, and the other kind of counselors look at each other and start taking off in the woods. Rourke is actually already ahead of them, sprinting down the trail towards where the lantern went out. Gams, by the way, hanging back, drawing his bow, keeping watch over the campers that are still in the fire pit area. So we're back to Aoife. You are surrounded by 2 currently living hounds. When you see a door, I don't know, Azar, what does that look like when you kind of hop back here?
I think it sounds, unfortunately, I think it sounds more than it looks. And I think it sounds like the tag on the iconic TV show Glee in like and then Buddy and I appear like winded.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that.
All right, so like, Buddy, you have appeared out of this portal after traveling to the fire pits and back. What is your, like, Marvel movie throwaway line that you are saying as you emerge back in the dynamic?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say it's anything too loud or too audible, but I'm definitely having some thoughts about how my spiritual weapon is way cooler than that guy's. So that's what I'm coming out saying. I'm literally like, my spiritual weapon is cooler. And there we are.
Nice. Azar, are you saying anything as you kind of bop back into existence?
I think as the clee sounds, I'm still yelling about in the woods, dead in the woods, and we can't find Mila.
Just screaming about the woods. All right, love it. All right, so Aoife, you are up. There's your friends have appeared near you in the woods, but there are two hounds currently next to you. What's your play?
I will go ahead and go for, I don't know, whichever one is looking more sturdy, more hearty. Can I tell? Is there a difference?
They actually, yeah, okay, so the one that so they're currently, I believe they're both in front of you. I don't think one is behind you anymore. So there are two right next to you. The one that is kind of between both you and Lyndon is a little bit more bloodied than the one that is on the other side.
Oh, never mind. I would go for that one. I'd go for the one that's closer to Lyndon, so.
All
right.
Make that roll.
That is a 12. But I get a second attempt because I don't have to.
As you swing though, that hound poofs out of existence and your axe kind of swings through the air. You do get a second attack, but that hound is no longer next to you.
Okay, I guess I'm going for the other hound then.
All right, so you swing back at the other hound.
Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, hell yeah,
22.
Aoife.
You made contact.
All right, and that will be 5 slashing damage.
Solid. So the 5 slashing damage hits, and the hound kind of coils back in pain. At that moment, though, the hound that you missed appears right in front of Azar and Buddy, lashing out at them with its tongue, specifically the tongue going at Buddy.
Okay, wait, I want to use my reaction. Disadvantage. Oh, wait, are they within 5 feet of me?
They're not?
No, I don't think
that's
so.
fine.
Probably not, but
I wouldn't have risked Dimension Dooring on top of you.
But it
is good,
okay.
Never mind.
Because this hound, as it teleports through the air, unlike a cat that always lands on its feet, this hound teleports slightly off center. And so as it kind of appears in front of Azar, lashing out with its tongue, it kind of stumbles and rolls in the dirt, righting itself to try to attack. And the die fell off. So I'm going to roll a different die because I can't reach that one. We have... Okay, no one's gonna believe this, and I'm not gonna show it to people, but this hound just rolled 2 nat 1s in a row, and that is incredible.
Can it just die of embarrassment?
Literally back to back, this hound tried to attack and rolled 2 nat 1s.
Can I just scathingly laugh at it? Oh, that's what vicious mockery is, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it tries to like
shout,
itself
scared it,
and paw at you two, but it like just kind of sprawls itself out, and now it's like laying just spread out prone on the ground because it just cannot function at this point.
The work of God Dog.
The hound, Aoife, that you hit rights itself, and what is your armor class?
18.
It does hit with its tongue, lashing out in front of you, dealing a whopping 12 psychic damage, and you get -3 wisdom again.
Oh man, so it's -6 wisdom. I am not bright.
You're not wise at this moment.
No.
In time. Lyndon, you are back up though. There is a prone hound in front of Azar and Buddy. Azar and Buddy, by the way, could y'all both roll initiative for me right now just to see which one of you is going first after Lyndon? But Lyndon, you are up.
Okay. I am going to. So currently I'm just on my own, right? Because the one that was between me and Aoife is now in front of Azar and Buddy.
Correct.
Okay.
So there is one that is kind of closer to Aoife, though.
Okay. I'm gonna run around, and I think that I have faith in Azar and Buddy as a tag team. So I'm gonna try to sandwich myself between the two creatures and but face the one that's in active combat with Aoife, because I just saw her get tongue whipped, and I am not here for that. I just don't like the tongues.
Aoife is rapidly becoming less wise.
Yeah,
it's real bad, guys.
So I'm gonna go for another attack. As I do, I just wanna tell everyone in Rapport Spores, like, Buddy, when we get back to the future or back to the present, you're gonna watch The Matrix, because I know these other ones may have seen it, but Buddy, I think your brain would just like love it. Like, you would love it. It's so fun. It's so fun. And then
this has definitely been a full 6 seconds of communication. So you're saying this the entire time?
Yeah, the whole time, as I'm running, and then as I'm pulling out my flail to go for Aoife's dog. I'm talking about the genius of The Matrix. And
roll for the attack.
I'm gonna roll for my attack.
I think Buddy would hear that and then respond to Rapport Spores. Is it a religious experience?
For some. For me, yes. Okay, for my first attack, does a 13 hit?
It does not. The hound you are next to actually teleports away from you and is kind of standing off in the woods a little bit away. So now there's just the prone one in front of Azar.
Oh shit, how much movement did I take, do you think, to get to...
I give you like half your movement.
Okay, so that gives me like 15 feet left. Are either of them within 15 feet of me?
You could maybe get to the one... No, I think you would get there, and by then your turn would probably be over.
Okay, then I am just going to go ahead and like put myself truly right in the middle.
Solid.
Or actually, hang on. No, I'm not gonna do that. I had a thought and then well, okay, question.
Yeah.
So if I were to take an action surge to dash as my action to one of the other ones, would I still have my leftover second attack from...
I'm going to say no, but that's just homebrew rule.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fair. That's totally fair. Then I don't think I really have any... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm just going to, as a little bonus action, I'm going to throw a little healing word to Aoife.
Nice.
So, Aoife, I sing aloud the word Keanu, and you get 6 hit points back.
Thank you.
Lovely. Azar and Buddy, which one of what was your initiative rolls?
I rolled 11.
11, Buddy.
I rolled a 1.
God.
Bad. Azar, you're definitely up first. There is a hound on the ground in front of you, prone. So you would get advantage if you attacked that with the physical attack.
I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna attack with my Sufyan sword.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
That's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20, I love it.
And then my second attack, I'm just gonna take on the same. That's a nat 20. So.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
All right, I'm just going to give this to you. That hound is dead. After the total embarrassment of kind of rolling and flopping and being prone, and that crit, like honestly, big crit in the chat. Like let's get a nice go in there.
With
Azar, I knew I believed in you.
Wow.
with the power of Glee on my side, I definitely slit its throat and then just fillet it all the way down. I also am gonna bonus action inspire finger guns at Aoife. Aoife, here's the cool thing about my bardic inspiration. You can add it as a reaction to your armor class. So if you need to add it as a reaction to your armor class, Valor Bards can do that.
And it's a D6.
It's a D8.
8.
Yeah, it's a D8.
Yeah.
So you can also add it to damage. You can add it to like a ton of shit. You can add it pretty much anything. But I think the armor class thing might be helpful.
Amazing. Thank you.
Sick. There is now one hound left, buddy. You're a little bit disoriented from that kind of unnatural. Like when you got off Azar's back, you kind of stumbled and fell on your butt a little bit. But you picked yourself back up. There's a hound kind of circling y'all in the woods. You could definitely run up to it and attack it if you would like. What's your play?
I'm not sure Buddy knows. Obviously the I don't know what we were calling them. My buddy was not there. So I guess that helps. But also I think I'm like kind of torn between, do I try to get info from it of some sort, or do I just try to kill it?
Up to you.
I know. I might just ask this to the group.
Yeah, use that rapport score.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask, what do we want to do with the thing?
Kill it.
It's like kind of gnarly.
Please.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely
right.
kill it.
Everybody wants to kill it.
Absolutely murder the shit out of this thing.
That said, I currently have very low wisdom, so I think I might be like.
That's the other thing. If you could maybe restore that, I don't know if there's like a restoration that can happen outside of a long rest of that.
I'm really dumb right now, so I think I might be like, leave it alive. I can take it.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, wait, I can take it too.
Yeah, we can take it.
Buddy, we're not doing this. Kill it. Please.
Buddy, throw another arrowhead. I'll catch it like a bullet.
Oh no, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna kick it. I'm just gonna kick stomp this thing.
Yep. All right, Buddy's trying really hard to stop the rapport spores. Does it look well? Can I tell that?
Yeah, it's not. So it's not as bloodied. It doesn't look like it's on its last legs, but it's not confident. Like it is clearly wounded, and it is like, I mean, it's coming for you, but it doesn't look happy about it.
Oh, okay, word. I'm gonna cast just a first level guiding bolt then.
Solid.
That's my plan.
I love guiding bolt.
Let's see if this hits. I'm just gonna hit it on here, and my die are not doing me any favors. Oh god, no! It was only a 9.
9. Yeah, unfortunately, your guiding bolt does not land. It shoots off into the distance and kind of lands on the ground. Any final actions you'd like to take?
I'm trying to think. Do I have any fun little bonus actions? Nah.
Aoife, you're up.
I'm going to unarmed strike it because I have a wisdom of 4, and I don't think I'm smart enough to use my hand axe. I am extremely fucking stupid right now, so yeah, I'm gonna unarmed strike it.
And big shout out to Claire, the DM, who is here tonight in the chat, for bringing up the fact that if any of your stats do get to 0, you do just die. So that is a concern. But you're not worried about that because
because I have a wisdom of 4. I don't care.
You have no worries. All right, you're unarmed striking this this hound. Give me that roll.
All right, that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and then the damage is, it looks like a 5. It says on D&D Beyond. So yeah, 5.
Solid. 5 hits. You unarmed strike. Boom. Just kind of sock him right in the kisser. And the hound kind of like snarls and bounces back a little bit. That hound then looks at you, Aoife, and its tongue shooting out of its mouth towards your head. But once again, not in this house. You slap that tongue away. You have had enough of your wisdom being leached away by these hounds. You are not about that at the moment. Lyndon, you are up.
Posture check.
Posture check,
check.
courtesy of me, because I realized I was sitting like a just like a bread roll. Sitting like the bagel I ate before this stream.
We should all sit like foods.
Just round shoulders.
I'm going to sit like a grissini.
Oh god. So I am going to assist Aoife in ruining this final beast, and I'm going to very crudely swing my flail at it. I'm not using good technique anymore. That all went out the window, because currently now in my head I'm updating everyone that actually I think Inception may have temporarily fallen to number 3 and Speed may have replaced it. So
Oh my god.
I'm gonna give you inspiration just for the fact that this bit is still going. You got
this bit will keep going. Lyndon's a little bit of a cinephile, one could say. I'm kidding. No, she is not. I'm gonna use that inspiration dice right now, because that a 10 does not hit.
This is not.
So is that a D6 or D8?
Inspiration is advantage from DM. From the DM.
Oh, yep. Okay, cool. Okay, then a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 that hits.
Hell yeah.
So the flail makes contact. How much damage are you doing?
I'm doing 12 damage.
Woo!
And
Yeah,
I still have my second attack.
That is all right, because as you bring your flail down crudely, you bash in the skull of this final hound, and his body crumples to the ground, its skin sagging on its weathered skeleton, as the hounds are defeated.
Speed!
There's a moment of sort of calm in these really battered woods as the blood is dripping from the trees onto the rocks, and there's bodies of campers and objects strewn around you. As the rest of the counselors, minus Scam's Magical, is looking over the campers, run out of the woods and kind of make it to the party. Finala, standing up, greets you first, being like, "What happened?"
Look around.
These can I tell from like standing over the body of this thing that I just filleted? Can I tell if this would have done the damage that I saw on the campers' bodies, or would it be some other foe?
That's a really good question. So the level of damage, okay, so what you're seeing is campers in the trees, and you're seeing like scratch marks on trees and things like that. The scratch marks on trees, like the claw marks, are larger than the paws of the hounds.
Ooh, I don't like this. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go over to Finala and be like, Finala, we were trying to come in to help with the light situation, and then we found these, Lyndon went up in a tree, and then we found these dead bodies, and it was the campers' bodies, and then they had backpacks that were filled with like stuff like clothes, and Mila isn't anywhere.
You don't know where Mila is?
No.
Shoot notices then is like, I'm going to do a check, and kind of sits down on the ground, putting himself in sort of a posture, and you actually begin to start see druid runes over his body start to glow that have been kind of tattooed under his skin, as he closes his eyes and starts to kind of emanate this magical aura. So while Shoot is doing that, Rurik kind of is like, well, I guess I won't be needing this, and his magical axe kind of dissipates into the air with like a little bit of a sparkle. And he's like, so you just found them dead and these beasts attacked you?
Yeah, but I don't think they're the same beast. I think we're dealing with something a lot bigger.
Yeah, can I actually go check out the claw marks on the trees, see if I can like recognize anything that might make those? Because not that this isn't all cool and stuff, but Buddy's a little distracted.
Yeah, no, roll investigation.
Oh gosh, you always get me with this. I'm not an investigator.
Well, you're looking.
It's a classic 8.
An 8, rough. You honestly, you have no idea. They look like claw marks.
Great, I'll come back and report that.
Oh, and the other thing, Finala, Aoife and Lyndon seem like they're not maybe themselves, and are acting irrationally a little bit.
They're dumb. They're dumber. Help.
I'm fine. What are you talking about?
You just punched a wolf. I watched you physically with your fist punch a wolf.
She's so
I'd also
strong,
like to say that
Azar.
wolf is kind of a weird term to use on these
Okay,
things. They don't have
dog.
fur. They're covered in tail scales.
Scale
and have
dog.
snake-like tails.
Fish dog.
Mr. Tongue's friend.
Fish. You punched a fish dog.
Shoot, seeming to have done an area check, kind of stands up and is like, I didn't notice anything different in the surrounding areas. I couldn't locate Mila. I have no idea where she is.
Oh, you didn't notice the fish dogs?
Well, they're dead now, buddy.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I will
Shoot
say
goes
they-
over and starts kind of examining the filleted dog that is on the ground in front of him. He's like, oh my god. And he kind of
I
opens
started
up his
dissecting
chest
it for you.
really just rooting through its organs like a child looking for change in his mom's purse, just really going through this hound's chest.
Oh, careful now.
As he's doing that, Fenala and is turning to Rourke and he's like, I don't like this. And Rourke's like,
Well, you wanted a fun opening campfire for the campers. They're gonna remember this night.
Wait, I have another question. Who's with the campers right now?
Is Pater there watching the hole?
yes, no, Pater and Gams are back
Okay.
at the fire watching over the campers. Gams is I'm sure I've mentioned, is a very accomplished archer. I feel very comfortable leaving them in Gams' control. There are few beasts that he can't, conquer. And Pater, really, I think he's going to keep them in, the right spirits. He's got a knack for, I don't know, making people smile at the very least. But I don't like this. Was there anything off about like the bodies or the things you found so far?
They're missing their brains.
You see Fenala's face kind of go white in that moment. Their brains. Rurik starts to laugh to himself and is like,
oh gods.
I mean, like, literally, Rurik. Like, they're not just dead. Their brains were taken. That's another movie I like, guys. Taken.
I believe movies do exist in this time period, but I think the context for which you are referencing this is lost on most of the people in this group.
Fair. The oldest one is
quickly.
Speed, which is
Lost
94.
on a few of us in this group, if you know what I mean.
Shoot stands up quickly and turns to Fenala. I was like, Fenala, something is wrong. Fenala's like, what is it? And she's like, well, so you know how I've mentioned that this land is a little bit different, right? The animals here, they don't really necessarily apply to the rules. This is something completely different. I've never seen anything like this, biologically speaking, on Earth before.
But it's tied to the lake, am I right?
Fenala kind of turns to, but he's like, what do you mean by that?
That lake is evil.
Can I go swim in it and see if I can find anything? I'm gonna start walking toward the lake.
I'm gonna grapple Aoife. I'm gonna desperately try.
Don't do that. But I do think Buddy would point to the claw marks on the tree and be like, the lake is evil, and so is that thing. Because I don't know.
I like it. Fenala kind of turns to Shoot and is like, do you have any idea what could have caused us eating the brains from campers, brought these beasts to our camp? And Shoot kind of very sternly looks and is like, there is one thing that could have done this, but it's highly irregular. It could be a mind flayer. Kind of hush fills the crowd.
Rurik is like, a mind flayer.
What's a mind flayer?
Well, I don't think he'll have many minds to eat around here, am I right?
And I was like, Rurik, please, now is not the time for jokes. People are dead. Mind flayers are they're basically interdimensional beings that come from a planet far off, and they've in the past enslaved many races. But this doesn't make sense. Mind flayers are methodical. They're smart. They plan out their moves weeks ahead. It doesn't make sense that one would just show up at our camp and murder campers and take my. I don't.
You said they're not playing by the rules.
Plus, I mean, look at these claw marks. Like, the claw marks on the trees and the damage we're seeing. This mind flayer must be massive. The mind flayers I know are largely humanoid in size. Shoot solemnly is kind of nodding along. He's like, I know, but I can't explain it. But there is nothing else that could have possibly done this. Plus, I mean, look at Aoife, look at Lyndon. They clearly aren't in the right headspace. Look at them. Aoife, Lyndon, is there anything you want to add for kind of comedic value here? Like, what would you be saying as someone's pointing at you, being like, look at these dummies?
I'm still thinking about movies, so I'm just saying the titles out loud every several seconds. So I'm like, oh, the dead don't die.
I just have completely forgotten we were talking about, and I was like, wait, what? What did I do?
There will be blood.
No country for old men.
Inglorious.
How serious this is? It's like, well, there's only one thing we can do. We have to send the campers home. We can't keep them in camp with a mind flayer. No one is safe.
No, it'll be fine. We can protect them.
What about the wards?
It'll be
Could
fine.
we start developing the wards?
The wards?
Yeah, the wards. The abjurative magic around the corners of the forest.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we have those, but this happened still.
Well, we're outside of the wards, no?
Oh, this is a canon thing outside. Where's the boundary of these wards?
So it would be like the way Azar understands it is the tree line is like a wall, like a magical wall around campus.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say.
It's totally okay if they don't know what I'm talking about, right? Like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say they don't. I think just for this story, I think it's more interesting. It'll be more fun if there aren't wards.
Great.
So I'm gonna say for now, either the wards have been nerfed, and as the camp is developed in the future,
they may not have been built yet. Yeah.
Exactly. Like they might not have been built yet. Maybe they had to have some campers die before they really kind of up the ward
Definitely
quality.
checks out.
Unfortunately, that seems true. The Shining.
I don't know, Rurik, you're sort of in charge of kind of the safety here, and kind of the main facilities. What is your opinion? Rurik kind of chuckles to himself. He's like, oh, well, if it is a mind flayer, children probably are in quite some danger, but what I always say is danger is God's way of saying your life was too weak. When I watched my family burn alive in front of me, it was hard, yes, but it made me the man I am today.
I
want to become the man I am today.
I'm gonna message Finala and say, got big questions about taking advice from Rurik.
Could you repeat that saying really quick? Danger is what?
Danger is God's way of telling you your life is too weak, been too easy.
Yes.
Oh,
I think we should keep the campers here.
God dog might
it's gonna be
disagree, but that kind of checks out. We should have this guy in charge of everything.
Do they have tattoos in
God
1930?
chaos. He really just is pretty into danger and death. His whole family being murdered in front of him really kind of set the tone for the rest of his life. So Finala's like, what do we do? And turns to Shooting's like, I think at least for the meantime, we have to get everyone safe. So Finala solemnly kind of takes all this and is like, it will be done. The group makes their way back to the fire, relays the information to the campers, who are very shocked. Gams takes it in stride, but Pater seems a little bit leveled by it and is a bit shaken. It is deemed too dangerous to kind of disperse and go to individual campsites or spend their nights in the cabins, especially with Mila still missing. So the decision is made to kind of board up for the night in the mess hall, to keep kind of a static watch to keep a kind of going watch through the night, to protect the campers as they sleep inside the mess hall, and that we will look for Mila in the morning.
I'll take first watch.
No, Aoife and Lyndon need to sleep. Buddy and I will watch.
Fine.
No,
it's fine.
Literally go to sleep.
If
I'm
I
gonna
take a
cast
watch
sleep
shift-
on you.
If
I'll
I
look
take a
for
watch
rats.
shift, I can give myself my
pass
new
out.
stick and poke idea.
Do it. How about we do that in the morning?
Woo, going to bed. Good time.
Is it a top spinning? And
no, it's danger. Danger is God's way of telling you that your life is too
Lyndon,
easy
go to
and
sleep.
That is a very long stick and poke tattoo.
It like goes all the way across your chest.
It would just go down a leg.
Maybe we should let this go.
I think maybe we I think maybe we talk about this in the morning, Lyndon. I think you should go to sleep.
Yeah, it'll still be a good idea in the morning.
Yeah, you're right. This is an evergreen kind of concept.
Yep.
Fenala seems disturbed. She is not looking forward to the call she is going to need to make in the morning to kind of alert the authorities that there are 2 dead bodies at camp. But she decides that it is best to make the journey to her and Milo's cabin to make that call in the morning. So we will call this the end of today's session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this session of Tail Trader and this kind of spooky journey into the woods. Any parting notes from our player characters? Anything you want to impart for the folks watching back at home?
Oh my gosh, I want Lyndon to get that stick and poke so bad.
Oh no.
Honestly, losing wisdom is so fun. I want to do it again.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
There be mind players in these woods. There will be plenty of wisdom to be lost later in this tale.
Hell yes.
On that note, thank you, chat. Y'all have been wonderful. I've been I apologize for not engaging too much with it. I'm on my phone today, so it's a little bit back and forth, but y'all have been making me laugh very consistently. Thank you so much. Big ups to Zitrone. Thanks for these shout outs. Zany B, killing it. I believe Zany, is it?
That's me. That's just me. It's just
This chat today has been absolutely the best.
Killing it.
Big ups, Bradley. Big ups. Thanks everybody for joining us, and we will see you this time next week for the 3rd installment of our Tail Trader Camp for Wayward Adventurers.